Greetings and welcome back, Dabblings, to From the Depth and to the Argus. Now, the logic not found, swiftly plummeting back towards the Earth because it wasn't quite in space, and the way I have the triggers for the engines and the balloons means that it only really gets there if it does it all in one go. But I've saved and loaded the game since then. So I'm just going to let that do its thing. Now, I have been busy. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone for the enormous outpouring of creativity in the comment section on the last video. There were so many suggestions, so much in fact, that I found it very hard to pick. However, pick I have, and the Sobek Mark II is going to be renamed to the HMS Danimal. I hope I pronounced that correctly. So there we go, HMS Danimal is now in the fleet. But that's not all. Down here you'll notice we have two fleets, where once there was only one. We have the original fleet, nice and Abaya and Avatar-like, and then we have a number of other craft. Now, if I select this, we should actually have 5 of them. I don't know why there's only 4 showing up. That's a little bit worrying. Ah, there we are. They were right on top of each other. But there we go. We have 5 new Sobeks. Like I said, we had so many awesome suggestions. I just couldn't pick. It just wasn't going to happen. So, I've gone ahead and I've made a new fleet. A fleet comprised entirely of Sobek Mark IIs. And we're going to be naming them now. I may still make more, depending on how well this fleet performs. So the first one shall be HMS Dauda. Oh, I can have spaces now. You're kidding. Oh, my lord. Okay. The next one, HMS Night Fury. We've also got the HMS Shadow Wolf. Just make sure the names are taken. Followed by HMS Dynamo. And last but certainly not least, HMS Zinch. You've always got to end with a Chaos God. It's the rules. Now, as for names, we've got the Harbinger of Anguish, the Harbinger of Sorrow. Following along with this theme for naming my fleets, I think we need another Harbinger. The Harbinger of Misery. I've got the nicest named fleets. True facts. Right, now what I would like from you is to immediately poke the bear. Because we're going to have this fleet trial by fire, I think, is the only way to test ships like the Sobek 2. I may regret this. I may regret this actually quite a lot. It's 167 there. Maybe it would be wise to trial by... No, trial by fire. It has to be. As much as I'm a little bit afraid. Okay, let's get you in there as fast as you can, please. My lord, you move slowly. Why so slow? 3 meters a second, what? The Abaya? You're kidding. The Abaya doesn't move at 3 meters a second, you liar. Let me load the Abaya in. You're just telling me lies. I refuse to accept these lies. Let's put you back onto combat mode. Full speed ahead, please. No? Yes? Ah, there we are. There we are. That's a bit better. My goodness. Now we need to allow the Abaya to do its thing for a little bit. That was just annoying. I must confess. I still like the Abaya. I mean, I just think it's a really good little compact sub. It does the job and it does it well. At least insofar as not crashing with landscapes. Up and over, that's the way. Right, that should be enough time, I would imagine, for you to know how fast you can move. Yeah, that's good enough. Right, Paul, you can actually move a little bit faster, but I'll accept this. Poke the bear, please. Bear pokage must happen right now. There we are. Bear has been poked. We wish to now... Oh, really? Ah, I've got to wait for it to get closer. Scoundrels. And scallywags. There. Okay. Now, we're not going to play around with the fort. I don't see any point in playing with the fort. I just want to play with these gigantic ships. Now. Okay. Looks like you have a significant tonnage advantage. Wow. Okay. This might not be so good. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have made 6. Stagger them out a little bit. One of the advantages to this design is that it can work in a group. I'm just going to have to hope. Okay, well. As much as I want to throw them at a full 50,000 battle, with us with 17k versus 32, the FPS drop will be unreal. So let's go for 35. I think that'll be a good balance between it's going to be a big battle and the enemy are going to have more ships against me. And a good balance between big battle, not such terrible frame rates. All right, I want to be on. Let's go with the Cinch, I think. There we are. All right, begin battle. Let us see exactly how this goes. Oh, really? We've split up in the worst part. Why are you engaging? What? That shouldn't be happening. What's going on here? Channel 3. Go set up on channel 4. Okay. Channel 3. Hostile missile closer than 800 meters. You know what? That doesn't seem right. Why is that test? I have no idea what's going on there, but that should not be occurring. That should not be activating. This shouldn't, flat out shouldn't be turning on. Oh, okay. Now the reason why I'm saying that shouldn't be turning on is because these haven't angled up. And they run on much the same AI, effectively. If I scoot that down a little bit. Oh, I'm actually building on the turret. Scoot that down a little bit. I should be able to find the AI which controls whether this pitches up or down. Hostile missile closer than 2,000 meters affect the spin block. I honestly don't know why that was happening, but it worries me that it is. Enemy range. Yeah, mainframes, turn them on. Okay, you know what? I'll just do that. That is bizarre. I have no idea why that's happening. I'm going to have to look into that. But that is very much not what should be going on. Very much not what should be going on. Issue there is I'm quite concerned that they'll hit each other with their anti-missile missiles. Because if they haven't got any targeting data, come on, then they're just as likely to shoot straight into the side of any nearby ally ship. Like this. It's just craziness going on. They might even shoot themselves for all I know. That I don't understand. If anyone happens to have an idea why this seems to be triggering the mainframe to on when there's clearly not a hostile missile anywhere nearby. I mean, unless it's activating on my own missiles. But the problem with that is that these aren't triggering. The hull isn't triggering, and that should trigger based on hostile missiles only. Most curious. We're getting shot all the way over here. My lord, that's actually kind of terrifyingly impressive. Okay, well, that little combat test out the way. Now this is where we really need them to be close together because they can heal each other. But let's see if the enemy have taken much damage at all. I'm not sure that we've really actually hit them with any of our missile volleys yet, though. Got a fair number. Please don't shoot the back of yourself. Please, please don't. I see what you're up to. I disapprove of it. Which one is that? That is... Okay, well, that's the one I'm on. Sure it is the one I'm on. Right. Pull out. I wanted... Ah, scallywags. I knew that was going to happen. Okay, let's move you to the side, shall we? Full speed ahead, please. Unfortunately, you're going to start messing up a little bit because only one side of you now has the ability to... you're always going to try to turn in a very specific direction. I'm just going to hold position here, let our sibling Sobex catch up a little bit. There we go. Just move to the side. There we are. Damage is being repaired. I mean, you can fire your missiles facing backwards. It's not an issue. Doing loads of damage to the enemy, I can see. But I do want to make sure that I'm relatively close to my allies for the fleet repair. There we go. Right. AI, you have the helm. Do something good with it. Okay, let's see. Ooh, we've done a fair old chunk of damage versus Stockade. There's a rampart, buttress, rampart, bastion. There's a glaive and a bulwark over there as well. Okay, right. Well, I do apologize for spending so much of this battle just kind of fiddling with stuff and trying to get things to work properly. But I think it was important to shut those AA missile launchers down until I can work out why they're firing incorrectly. The only thing I can imagine is that these are counted... Oh, does any missile that doesn't have a friend or foe count as an enemy missile? Ah, well, no, wait, that still wouldn't account for the fact that... Oh, we've already taken one out? Fantastic. That still wouldn't make sense in that the pontoons weren't realigning. They're designed to turn up when enemy AA is nearby. When enemy missiles are nearby. And the same logic, supposedly, is affecting the mainframe. It should only turn on when those missiles are even closer. That is not what we're seeing, though. See how much damage those do. Oh, we've done some fantastic damage at range. And again, I'm really glad I chose to give these cruise missiles the ability to swim. So a single torpedo propeller in each one. Let's see, how's this going on down here? We're doing some fantastic damage. Absolutely glorious damage going on right down here. Wow, is that all that's left of this? A giant gun? How sad. It's like we've torn the head off some mighty giant and just discarded it into the ocean. To let it sink. Forgotten. Don't even know the giant's name anymore. How's things going over here? Good, I hope? Yeah, we're doing some amazing damage in there. Absolutely glorious. I've not seen those cannons firing for a while, so we may have wiped out the AI. Yep, looks like we have. We're doing a goodly bit of damage over here as well. This one's still got an active cannon, though. Several active cannons. Got a couple of cruise missiles on the way, though. That one's dead in the water. But they have got regulators on, so they'll actually last a little while. They're kind of like mines. Now the cruise missiles are going for the ship closest to them. They are designed to prioritize distant and heavier targets. If it's really far away or really big, it'll take priority. Here we go. Let's follow you through. Good, that was a nice bit of EMP damage there. Hopefully that'll just wreck this ship, because the Onyx Watch tend to like having their AIs kind of just like nestled somewhere deep down in a ship, in the walls, so you can never be too certain, which is why I've gone for a mix of just explosive and EM cruise missiles here. How are we doing? Have we taken much damage? With only 3, we are doing some fantastic damage against the enemy here. I think we may actually be launching torpedoes at this point as well. Yeah, let me zoom in. Are the torpedo systems armed? Yes, they're armed and they're launching repeatedly. Oh, that's glorious. See, that's what these should have been doing. They should have only been turning on when the enemy had missiles nearby, and I really don't know what I could do to change that. Is it possible that one of these is... No, that's limited to 2. That's limited to 2. Limited to 3. Limited to 4. The only thing that I... no, that's not affecting AI. The only thing I can think of is one of the AI controllers is broadcasting on the wrong channel or has an infinite range AI turn on. But we would have seen the torpedo systems firing if that were the case. I just don't know. I may have to look into this in the designer instead. Okay. No, that has an effective range as well. Is there one behind it maybe? No. I am ominously flummoxed. Flummoxed, I tell you. I just do not know. Oh. The anti-air missile systems are now primed. They're ready to engage. We must have gotten close enough to an enemy. But they're not going to fire for a little while because the apertures open up long before it's actually ready to fire. Usually with a couple of 100 meters further away, so that it has time to angle up to the right setting, or in the case of these ones, for the aperture to fully open before the missiles start trying to launch. Okay, we are doing some awesome damage to the enemy now. And with just 3, I'm really, really impressed with this. I'm massively disappointed that it went so awry with the AA missile launching, but, well, you know what, I don't mind too much. That was an easy fix. And against the Onyx Watch, I could just leave those turned off, honestly. But I need to figure out what was going wrong there. It's not enough that it wasn't a dangerous bug. A bug alone can become dangerous later on. You can't ignore errors. Sometimes tempting when it really doesn't make much of a difference, but no, you really shouldn't. Okay, you're a mean one. Thankfully, the cruise missiles are actually self-guided, so if their primary target whilst in flight dies, they'll just find another one, as long as it's roughly in the same location. My god, so many cannons. Please kill it with violence. Yeah, that'll do. There we go. Perfect. Get those massive cannons, please. Let's have a look down there. Oh, we aren't even through. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. I think we may have just shut that one down. Yeah, it's now aligned straight to the front, which means the whatever was controlling it is dead. So it's not active anymore. Let's have a look at these ones. I think we've already stripped one of the cannons out. We're doing some good damage here. Very good damage, I think. Need another volley, though. And one over there. Let's zoom out a little bit. We've got torpedoes in the water, but those were ones that were launched against much closer targets. They've reassigned their targets, but they're never going to reach it. They don't have regulators strong enough to last that kind of distance. Also, I don't think they actually have fuel enough to... Well, they might have fuel enough to cover that distance, but I'm absolutely certain they don't have regulators that'll keep them alive long enough. There we go. Shut down that main cannon. Well, a very beautiful, very intimidating looking ship. But you were no match for the Sobek Mark II. Or rather 3 of them. Honestly, I don't think you would have been a match for 1. I strongly suspect you would have died. Though, that said, the Shadow Wolf and the Dowder pretty heavily damaged. Ooh, the dynamo's in. Right, this is... Scoundrels! I was worried that would be happening. I'm really not sure what's going on there. We need to find that out. Scallywags. Okay, well, let's jump over to the Shadow Wolf. You've taken a bit of damage there. You've lost a bit of the front. Have the missiles themselves been damaged? Good. No, they have not. That is very good to see. As long as they don't take damage, then we'll be launching guided death. But if the missiles take enough damage, then it they basically they lose their guidance systems or something like that. Wow, you've taken a lot there. Dowda, you need a lot of help. I'll be on board helping you out. Well, I mean, to be fair, it was a gigantic weapon of war, so I'm not that disappointed that it's doing well, though my cruise missiles over there kind of firing against the wall. That's not good. You're one of the least damaged ships. On the plus side, those cruise missiles do have one turn. So even though they're hitting this mountain, the warhead isn't armed. They'll just skim the mountain, and then will continue turning to the original direction they meant to be in, at which point the infrared will pick the target and they'll angle down towards their enemy. This is what I like about self-guided weapons. If that was well, actually, given that angle, probably would still have been okay even if it was a designated missile. But as we can see, although it's doing damage, and it is doing an appreciable amount of damage, we've already done so much damage to its cannons that what it can do is greatly diminished. I would be very surprised if it can take any of them out. Might be tempting fate with that, but what good is fate if you don't tempt it? Let's follow the path of destruction down. What did we destroy? Did a fair old bit of destruction. Wow, okay. Lots of destruction. I approve. I think that cannon has gone silent. No, it's still slightly turned towards our ship. Quite a lot of the cannons, though, have gone silent at this point. Yeah, we've taken out some really important AI somewhere. Glorious. Another burst of damage. Oh, we're actually hitting with torpedoes as well. Glorious. Absolutely glorious. And we've got the cruise missiles coming over here from the Dynamo. Is Night Fury in yet? I believe it is. No, it's still not. Dynamo, you're doing okay. Dowda and Shadow Wolf, though, you have taken a lot of damage. All of them are starting to take hefty amounts of damage at this point. Thankfully, the cruise missile system is one of the better armored of all of their systems. They may become dead in the water fairly quickly because once the pontoons take enough damage, their ability to move is greatly diminished. Ability to turn is greatly diminished as well because a lot of the lateral propellers are on the pontoons, not on the main hull. But I think at this point we've shut down all but 2 of their guns. At this point, I would not be surprised if the torpedoes end up doing enough damage to silence the remainder. How far away are you? I could try. Alright. I'll try. I'm not going to make it. You realize this, but I'll try. This is where I am, I think. Okay, let's go. Wish me luck. It is going to take me a long time. This will probably be a place for a time lapse. You know, if I was given a robot name, it would probably be Swims with Torpedoes at this point. So close! You will be mine, boat. Aha! If I get killed by a cruise missile right now, my rage will be incredible. Why won't you die? I'm not brave enough to go down there whilst my ships are still shooting at it, but I'm never going to find the AI by myself. The odds of that happening are so astronomically slim. But I also don't want to blow myself up. Ah! No. No, don't tell me this is despawning. Was I just protected? No! 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 You're meant to be mine! No! No! What? I'm here! Don't be like this! No, this is mine! Too damaged? I know, but I'm here! I'm here! I've been here all along! No! I refuse! You're mine! I captured you fair and square! Ah! No! Don't you dare! No! You're mine! If you're not on the overview when I look... You scoundrel, you! Oh well. It seems that we're not going to be capturing any of the Onyx Watch. It's just... it's not going to happen. I asked nicely, they said no. Well, scallywags. That's all I have to say. On the plus side, I strongly suspect the rest of my fleet are now in here as well. Is Night Fury? No? Yes, yes, Night Fury, you're there because your anti-missile missiles are kicking in. Oh well. Ah. Stupid capture mechanic. I was totally there. Okay, let's have a quick glance at what we're doing over here. I'm at this point so close to just saying I'm never going to try and capture an Onyx Watch vehicle. It just never works. I could go to the effort of just looking up all of the locations for the AIs, but I don't feel that I should have to go to the length of studying the, like, I don't feel that I should have that information for use in the campaign. I don't want to study a ship so I can work out exactly where I need to walk to take out its AI. That just seems a bit weird, honestly. So I'd much rather get it normally, but it just doesn't seem to be happening for me. Okay, well, we've taken out one thing. If I was there, I could probably have caught it, but alas, no. Let's see what's going on down here. I love this crown of repair tentacles, by the looks of it, and anti-missile lasers. It's just kind of awesome. I'm assuming those are lasers, yeah. Oh, that's actually, in a way, kind of nice. I don't know. I like the effect. I do like the effect. I love all of the just the little bit embellishments on this one. Really very nice. What are you shooting at? Can't actually see the lasers coming out of it though, which is a little bit weird. There we go. We should be able to wipe this one out fairly quickly at this point though. The Onyx Watch only has 4.1k in this battle now. Head out and see who's launching. You're actually a little bit too far away, it seems. It's interesting. Really? Dowder? Do we need to do the whole lesson again about how you're not a tank? You are a boat, and boats need water. I thought we were past that. But apparently not. Turn back to the enemy. Come on. Full speed ahead, please. There we go. Perfect. Let's get out there. I think we've also won this battle as well. Okay, well, I mean, I'm really pleased with how well the Sobex worked. As I expected, though, it takes a long time to win a fight this way. For any EVE players out there, the Sobek Mark IIs are effectively the Drakes of my From the Depths campaign. You can complete missions in easy mode just by sitting there and just killing everything with missiles, but they don't quite have the same bang for buck as bullets do, and so it's going to take a lot longer. However, it was really nice seeing the Sobek Mark IIs go up against a significantly larger force and still dominate. I feel they dominated. Yes, they took a good chunk of damage, but how many ships did they destroy whilst sustaining that much damage? I am very frustrated I wasn't able to capture that boat because I can't understand why I couldn't. I'm also very concerned, I mean really concerned, about why my anti-missile missile system just breaks. It shouldn't be firing when it fires, but it is. And that... I'm really not certain about that one. Really not certain. Maybe I should set this to only engage when something is closer than 800? I don't know. But will that then mean that it engages... I don't know. It's a bit of a tricky one. Maybe I'll try and do that, but they shouldn't be firing at all. The AI itself should not be turning on unless the enemy missile is closer than 800 meters. But right now that is just flat out not happening. I wonder what will happen if I turn this on. Are we actually closer than 800 meters to any of our allies? No, I don't think so. Poor test. Let's jump to one of the others that is close enough to its sibling. Let's jump down here. There we go. Straight down. Now, will this turn on? No. I don't understand what I'm going to need to do to try and fix that. I'll have to have a play about. But I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It will probably be a little bit on the long side because that was a very long battle, though I will almost certainly cut some of it out or speed some of it up. I don't know. Definitely the attempt at capturing is going to be heavily edited. But that is it from me. So once again, I do hope you've enjoyed and liked this episode. But until next time, do take care.